Tanya, who has now been hosted for 9 years in Petaluma, California, has essentially shut down all health respite programs out of Belarus. President Lukashenko stated several weeks ago that all programs were currently suspended because of this one child who chose to stay with her host family, allowing her to do so. So when you're looking at the possibilities for any of the children out of Belarus where conditions are poor and they have a lot of needs, partly which can be met when they go into another country, they are not able to have that. They're not able to come out. They're not able to be in an environment that will allow them to flush out their immune systems and the effects of the radiation that they've already undergone. They're not able to see families that they already know and have relationships with. They're not able to establish relationships. They're not able to have dental care. It's a horrible situation.
So before it was just the United States that they shut down and there was about 1,400 children affected, but now I understand Belarus has shut down the whole
President
world?
Lukashenko has shut down everything.
So no children can leave?
No children can leave, and this was only came about, the knowledge of that, when German programs began and Dutch programs began to ask for the children that they would bring out for winter holidays on a short vacation or a health respite. And Belarus said no, that until the situation is resolved with this one child in California, no children will go out.
So if you could say anything to Tanya right now, what would you say to Tanya?
We understand your feelings for one another. We understand that you love one another. You also understand that other families love their host children just as much. And without the ability to come out of Belarus to flush out the effects of radiation in their system, without the ability to have dental care, medical care, good nutrition, those children will suffer a great deal more than you will at this point, because you've had 9 years of wonderful, loving care that could continue given other options you could take in terms of a student work visa, should you go to college, that you could apply for that. Your family could come visit you in Belarus if you issue them an invitation. So there are options. The fact that you chose to take this particular option means that not only the children in your program in Petaluma, the children around the United States, more than 1,400 of them, but now around the world are impacted because no children are allowed to go on health respite program. What kind of trade-off is that? It's horrific for so many more people than just the one that you are talking about, which is yourself. So we need to ask you to look at that, to understand what that is, and to know that really what options do you have in terms of an extended visa. If indeed you get that visa, which I doubt sincerely at this point, you will have to go out of the country to pick it up. You only have a single entry visa. You cannot return to the country on a single entry visa. You cannot get a student visa without returning home to Belarus to apply for it. On December 26th, most likely you're going home. You have simply delayed the inevitable and made it much harder on yourself. We know there may be consequences, much as you have been negotiated with about what those consequences would be, but that's as a result of the choice you made. The consequences that so many thousands of other children will take are going to be far greater than that. So we would ask you to really think about that and to do the right thing.
I have a message for Tanya. I'm a host mom too, and because of you, Tanya, and your selfish action, my host child cannot come next year, nor can her friends. All these friends, all these children cannot come back to the United States next year at this point just because of your actions. And it's not that I don't feel bad for what life is like for you back in Belarus, but you are being selfish and you need to think of others.